Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play World of Waves 3 as Germany episode number 55. And I think I'm going to say what maybe people are already thinking, what I guess I just didn't want to admit it to myself, but I feel like this series is kind of coming to an end. Not necessarily this episode, next episode, who knows. It may go on for another 15. But I do kind of feel like the oxygen's out of the room, and the enthusiasm is dying off a bit. So I'm not sure how to deal with that, but I've been really trying to... there's a long time between episodes, and mainly I'm trying to stretch enough time for me to get this auto-resolve finished in time. I'm making very good progress. I now am able to parse the battle file, get the ship design file, load it all in, so all that remains is to remake the actual simulation, which is the most fun part. Actually figuring out how I want... I mean, it could be an extremely long part, too, because, there's actually an AI for both sides, but, like when to advance, when do destroyers make their torpedo runs. Just need to copy that behavior from the old Python script version, but it could take some time. Okay, anyway, so let's try to get into the aircraft carrier era by making this peacetime last as long as possible. And I was even debating whether should I maybe even edit game files just so we can have a long stretch of peace. Probably not. I don't think I'll do that. But it's a consideration. Like, I really want to get into the next era, and people have been asking me to get to the missile era. Well, I think next time we just need to start the game 1920 or something. Anyway, actually pressing the end turn button. Great. It's good progress. Kind of forgot what I was doing. I mean, this is definitely what happens when you don't record even once a week. It's over a week now since the last one. Budget is a bit tight. I saw that we did have this one ship halted. You probably noticed I hovered over that. Do have these von Merkatz which need an upgrade or they have 13-inch guns of quality 0. We have 16-inch guns available. These are just... The reason why it's very hard to get rid of these is because they are just so darn fast. We're very unlikely to make a ship which is more than 27 knots, even as a battle cruiser. I mean, I suspect we might go up to 28, but that would already be pushing it. Maybe 29. I mean, we're only going to gain 2 knots. Now, that doesn't really tell the full story because this is a coal-firing ship, and I think we noticed in the last battle, the big one. Yeah, even then, the ship does slow down over the course of the battle. I think maybe its max speed was 25 or so towards the end. So, you can't really treat this as the same 27 as a new ship's 27 would be. We all know that. But the fact that it's obsolete means it's got to be, patched up. And yeah, here's another reason. I mean, technically it was 27, but now it's actually 26. So things to consider. Hard things to consider. I don't know. I'm going to leave it for now. It might survive another war, considering we only have 2 battlecruiser classes. But boy, do we have, like, David and Goliath here. I mean, yes, speaking of, this is a ship which uses oil, and it's at 28 knots. It's got the unit machinery. I mean, it's just in every way better. But you pay for that, don't you? 212 versus 378. It's almost half the price in terms of maintenance, and probably about half the price in terms of how much it costs to build as well. But you know what? I think that you get probably about twice. So I don't think that, I think that maybe 2 Joachim von Merkatzes, 2 von Merkatzes could probably take on 1 Hellebarda. I'm not sure. I mean, they aren't quite exactly half the cost, though, so it's not a completely fair comparison. But anyway, in the Rule the Waves battle generator world, I think fewer high-quality ships is always more important than more lower quality ships, which is actually, in my opinion, the opposite of real life. It's probably better because of the dynamics of warfare, and it's mostly about surprise and all that, and Yeah, anyways, so I guess I'm just going to press at least end turn another time before we end this episode. We've gone 2 turns so far. Come on, Tortuga. Yeah, I'm going to let Italy buy these, especially because we are pretty close. Okay, we got medium AA weapons. That's great. The Bofors. Well, we call them the Bofors. They're just 40mm cannons. They're not necessarily Bofors. Sweden, right? It's a Swedish weapon, the Bofors. Anyway, okay. Yeah, how do we want to play this? So we do have the new ships under construction, and we also have the Sudetenland class light cruisers, which is very good as well. I'm quite happy with that. Those are going to be a nice benefit to our... Yeah, I think we're doing all right, you know? Boy, these guys are starting to slow down. 1920 though, 1924 on those. It's good to see that they're all pretty much refit, ready to go. Double check other people. 1922, you guys are going to be fine. 1920, you're going to be okay. 1918, probably need to... Wow, your ASW has fallen off quite a bit. But I probably do need to refit you. Yeah, you've only got 4 years left. It's a good time to do it. Of course, maybe it's not the exact month ideal time to do it. How much longer until these complete? Just 2 months. Okay, so let's just wait. We'll get there for sure. So, you know, I'm confident enough that let's just go ahead and do it now. Get this underway. Not that it really matters. We can wait. We can not wait. Whatever we prefer. This thing's overweight? Oh. Well, I don't see how to rectify all these issues. Short range, that one's not really a consideration. Ship is slightly overweight, and fire control is not the best type. So we can't add a fire control without increasing the weight. And I don't know how we're going to resolve the weight anyway. Probably we just simply won't. And this only has 6 torpedoes. Not the best destroyer. Maybe. Well, it does have 6 torpedoes, and I would rather send this to its... I mean, a warrior's farewell. Yeah, well, let's just refit it as is then, and hopefully somehow prioritize it for frontline duty. Now, it's going to be a while, hopefully, at least, hopefully, before our next war, to hopefully get us into... I mean, have I even made... Should probably look at technology, but let me just go over here and just ask the question. Can we make... I think we can, right? We cannot. Cannot build carriers larger than 16,000 tons. Okay, do we even have purpose-built light carriers? We do. All right. Wait, are these purpose-built? No. Sterno Clara is definitely not purpose-built. We probably should get a purpose-built out here. And maybe that's one of the things we can do next. As soon as our budget settles, we need to at least wait for those light cruisers to come back. I'm assuming that we have enough progress in the aircraft tech, that we can get 34 on our light carriers. So still no advanced director. That's still fine though. I mean, advanced director is, until we get through radar, it's quite good. Okay, improved pressure hull, transverse arrestor wires. Okay, quality 0, 15-inch guns. It's not, once you have 16-inch quality 0 guns, I don't know if this is really that helpful, but we're filling out that tree. I guess it's worth taking a look at as well. To me, the strange thing, did they change things in World of Waves 3? Why is it that I'm not getting any quality 1 guns? Did they make it so the quality 1 guns are a lot more difficult to get? Do you have to do something? Because we've had, I think this is funny, we've had quality 1 3-inch guns since the beginning of the game, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know, I mean, I guess we can probably design a ship real fast, pretend that we were going to make this in Great Britain, and see what kind of options there. Yeah, they don't have any quality. Wait, they also have quality 3 1-inch gun. I mean quality. I don't know, they have quality 1 10-inch guns as well. Okay, so let's go over to USA. another candidate. So they have 1-inch quality 1 7-inch guns, 10. These guys are holding out on us. I mean, I guess I can go larger to see. They don't have 17s. They do have 18s, 19s, and 20s, but they're all -1. Well, nobody has... I mean, I haven't checked everyone. I was just kind of hoping that those were the last two. Let's check France as well. Oh, we can't, because France doesn't like us, of course. Japan has been pretty far advanced. I guess they'd be worth checking. Maybe Italy. No. And... yeah, everyone has the quality 1 3-inch guns, turns out. Italy has just quality 0 for everything else. Okay, well, I guess nobody has the quality 1 6-inch guns. That's the thing I was most anxious to get. We've already really passed the age of the quality, the 6-inch guns, though. It's probably about time to switch to 5-inch guns. Okay, that's the least significant alliance that has ever been signed, Spain and Austria-Hungary. Guess it could have been... no, I would actually say it's less meaningful than even Japan and Spain. Unexpected advances. I don't know how that happened, but it somehow double-clicked through. I didn't see what it was, but we know that the research topic... improved counter-flooding equipment, I guess. It's funny because I came over to the screen and then I started to question whether or not I had seen subdivision and damage control. Did I see it correctly? I don't know. Only -2 on the budget. So this is the funny thing about this budget is you can kind of run a constant deficit and your yearly budget will just slowly grow and neutralize the negative deficit. So we got this torpedo bomber thing with 119 and 190. Okay, let's look at aircraft. I'm not even sure what we're doing. Okay. 119 and 120? What the hell? 180. It's funny, I just can't remember the simplest things. I want to say 119 and 120, but that just does not sound right at all. I mean, that's what I'm remembering, but I don't think those are the right numbers. Pretending that they were for a moment. What was it for? A torpedo bomber? I didn't actually even see. I thought it was... well, it could have been a float. 120 for range is just awful, unless it's heavy range. And actually, they don't tell you what the combat range is. Maybe it's medium range? If I were to report only one number, I guess I would report medium. And 120 would put them... well, we do have a torpedo bomber which has that range. We also have one that has much greater than that. Is there a reason so there is a reason, but what is the reason why I'm keeping this top one? It's much slower. So there's just no reason to keep it. I guess it's just legacy, and we'll fix that right away. Start building the good stuff. Some observers consider that we have too few destroyers to protect our battleships and cruisers against enemy submarines. A recent study suggests that we... what? 30 more submarines? They're really confident about this. They don't know how many corvettes we have. They really should count those. Italy and USA have signed an alliance. Now that's pretty significant. Left his wife, moved into the actress, somewhat tarnished reputation. Scandal is... look, this is not our business. He's above average. You know what? Do whatever you want, buddy. Not that I promote that, but I just feel like it's not... probably it was back in the 1920s. But if he wants to destroy his life, he has the freedom to do it. Now that said, honestly, if you're in an official position like this guy was, you have to... there's... what's it called? It's like the... scandal. You have to avoid like the image of scandal or whatever. I would really like Torpedo Protection 3, so please keep working on that. We have better torpedoes. Carrier force. Carriers will operate in a separate force. Well, that's definitely a good thing. Okay, new bomber prototypes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see what we got. We got no medium bombers, so we can't do worse than what we have. Longest range also is the fastest, is the immediate best candidate. 1, 2, and 8. lowest firepower, but you know, between 1 and 2, I don't think that that's going to matter. Neither of those are going to shoot down very much. And they all have about the same bomb load. So I don't see any reason not to choose this one. There's almost no reason not to, like, at all. I mean, I guess the second best one is a pretty compelling candidate if you were going to choose an alternative. It loses the maneuver for a little bit of extra firepower, loses a little bit of range, but it's almost the same in terms of speed. Still, I guess if you're going to choose... I mean, the toughness is nice, too. The 2 extra toughness would be probably really useful, keeping this thing up in the air longer. But I think... Oh, and the range is really minor, too. Okay, I have to say that those are pretty much... those are pretty much the same to me. I'm under this illusion, and I do think it is an illusion. It's never been mentioned by anybody. It's just my illusion that having higher maneuver would give you better bombing accuracy. I think that that might play out in real life. Probably it's much more important to have good bomb sights and such like that. But, you know, I mean, I think it also makes sense that the maneuverability of your bomber is also going to affect your ability to aim accurately. I don't know if that's actually in the game, though. So I'll still choose this one under maybe the hope that I can justify it. Higher maneuver means better bomber, but I don't know if that's actually true. Kind of suspect that it's not. We left these poor von Mercatzes just to sit and rust for a while. Russia and France. That is the kind of alliance that I can. Oh, we got destroyers of up to 2,000 displacement. We also got double reduction gears for weight saving on machinery. Hydrodynamic full hull. That would be really, really nice. That would take away our penalty. Yeah, we gotta refit this thing eventually. I think I'm just gonna do a cold. Well, we can do this. And I think that's all we're going to do. Does this thing really need torpedoes? I mean, probably not at least 2 of them so that I can get some... What's our server? Yeah, we have plenty of topside mounts. So let's kill the... Plug 2 of those holes. This doesn't really make sense, by the way, after the fact, trying to just jerry-rig some stuff like that. But anyways, let's get some medium guns in here. And we can't get that many. So we'll get 9 and... Yeah, we'll just do this, 13-9, that's fine. So this will have some kind of air defenses, which I think is a good thing to have. If you're going to be around for a while, hopefully that didn't increase the cost of rebuilding it too much. Because this rebuild cost seems pretty high. Is it really that high? Yeah, 2,100. Is it because... Is it these? Oh, it's all the fire control. Oh, wow. That is pretty expensive to get just that. It's pretty expensive. Well, we're just going to hold them obsolete for a little while longer than while I think about that. I don't think I can reasonably just scrap it. I do need some kind of battle cruisers, but there we go. Okay, this hydrodynamic hull form, I thought for sure this would not just reduce engine horsepower requirements, but also get rid of that 23 limit on the torpedo defense. Oh well. It is rumored to carry heavier bomb load than ours. Okay, well that's just a nice reminder that I didn't set a new request. And it looks like maybe we should be looking at naval patrol aircraft. Honestly, I think that all of our bases should just switch over purely to medium bombers, or maybe like one group of naval patrol aircraft, but then everyone else would be medium bombers. On stock in service. Interesting. So I guess in service is only torpedo bombers because we didn't assign anything to an air base or something? Or those are at air bases? I'm not sure. So we probably need to go spend some time swapping around some aircraft. Alright, this is poor reliability, so I think we're just going to get rid of it. Is there any reason not to? It's slower, similar range, it is worse, and it has a heavier bomb load. That's probably why. Well, let's just get a new naval patrol aircraft. That way I don't have to worry about this. And what do I want out of view? I want range and bomb load. That would not be that bad. I do think that those are the most important things, you know? So let's do it. Yes, I would like that. Thank you, my good friends, Japan. And we've gone pretty far so far at peace. Tensions are not rising too much. Okay. Above water torpedo mounts on all ships. Who would have thought that that's what this technology would mean? Okay, improve hydrophones, ASW stuff, I suppose. Aircraft carrying airships. Don't need it. Daihatsu barges. I think that those are naval invasion craft. Let's resume this guy. We've gotten lucky that the months to complete haven't like been going backwards too long. Okay, that's only 3 months. Probably can't undo it then. Let's do it anyway. Just see what happens. See how far we can push this. Okay, Austria-Hungary. I don't remember. Let's look at the relations. Austria-Hungary. Allied with the US and Spain. Otherwise, France and Britain is just awful. I just really dislike that they keep being allied. And it is the triple entente. It really is. It's France and Russia. And then also Great Britain and France. But not Russia and Great Britain. Well, you know, if they were attacked by somebody, you know, say like Germany. I think that Germany would... Or sorry, Great Britain would buddy up if we attacked France. Invading through Belgium, perhaps. Yeah, I still think Austria-Hungary is a good target, though. So I could use a little bit of money. They don't have the option. Another one of the very similar events is one where you can say, if you want to know why they have such whatever, and I think it's a minus prestige but plus budget. You know, I really don't have anything. I don't really want the tensions to go up, so neither do I really want my prestige to go down. Wow. Now those von Mercats start to look good. Quality 1 13-inch guns. Huh. I doubt that I could really justify refitting them. It would be pretty expensive. Alright, we were kind of complaining. I was kind of complaining about 3600. Let's see what happens when I do this. Okay, I think it was not as bad as I was expecting. It's still really expensive. 12,000 total. We're looking at 6 months at 2,000. Impossible to afford currently. And that's the bottom line. What else could we do with 13-inch guns, though? I'm trying to think if maybe we could make a new battle cruiser class. It's just like, I think it's one. It may even officially be 1 inch too large for heavy cruisers. But that's a stupid distinction anyway. But what the hell is the difference between a 13-inch heavy cruiser and a 13-inch battle cruiser? It would just be a battle cruiser at that point. So we're going to try to limp along with our poor budget. I'm just going to have to... Oh, yeah. We can also make sure everyone is reserved. But I guess I'd better look instead of toss people around. Since we might have some mothballs. Yeah, well, here we go. These guys are reserved now. I can probably mothball all corvettes because I just don't respect them at all. It's not going to make any difference though, is it? Well, it did. Okay, alright, I'll take it. Is there anything else we want to mothball? Well, these guys, I guess. Honestly, I think that, well, we're paying so little for them as it is, it's not going to really mean much. But I'm going to mothball them anyways. They're not supposed to be combat vessels. They're really just strategic points, and they already know that. We know that. Everyone knows that. Gradual improvement of armor quality. It's good. We're good for the next ships we design at least. Triple turrets on light cruisers. I honestly didn't know we had double turrets. I should have, but we didn't. The last ship we built didn't have them, so did we have them then? I don't know. I mean, I don't remember seeing the double turrets tech for light cruisers being unlocked since then, so we probably had it then and I just messed up. Later air launch torpedoes. That would be great. And we're close to transverse arrestor wires, which is, I believe, for submarines, so you can arrest ships. I guess they could be on submarines if you were trying to do the old Japanese submarine with airplane type thing. Did other nations design a similar thing? Probably like conceptualize, but did they actually go? I don't think anybody went as far as the Japanese did. Who came the closest? I don't know. Did anybody even really do? I can only imagine the Americans, maybe the British doing that, because not a lot of other people would want to be projecting their float planes. That just seems like something you'd want to do in the Pacific. So, you know, there's only a few powers at play there. I've mentioned all three. Okay, yes, my favorite. Russia still seems like it would be a good thing. I wonder if you went to war first with Russia. I don't know the game mechanics, and this is a little frustrating. It might be in the manual, so it's not like a frustration that is necessarily the game's fault. It might be my fault. I want to know, is it possible to go to war with, Russia? They're allied with France, so France comes in on their side. But because Great Britain is seeing France enter a war kind of like offensively, I don't know, most alliances are more like defensively oriented. That's not necessarily true. That's just the way I want to envision it, because I just want to find mentally a reason why Great Britain won't declare war on me. Fair enough, I can go with Italy, which would also be the USA, and that would not be good, but at least USA would have to come and play in my territory. Unfortunately, they could do that without a problem. Alright, back to the relations. Nobody's really stolen Spain stuff. They're only allied with Austria-Hungary. So Austria-Hungary and Spain. Spain it is. Alright. We could use a nice, easy, a nice little freebie war. Do we get ours? Okay, yeah. I know everyone's has better medium bombers than us. Fine. 2 more months and then maybe we'll get another. So we can just stop being insulted. The Bodevigs are now obviously okay, there's that. Ugh, I guess we could fix you guys up then. Not ideal. Because these are just, yeah, we're not doing anything for them. They're just getting a fresh coat of paint. Down to no money at this point. Oh, good. A new hawkish government wants to raise armament expenditures. It's a guarantee. Peace. Must be coupled with careful diplomacy. Well, I think that we're going to want to do this one. Is it going to save our problems? Maybe not. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Okay. Faster speed, the best range. I mean, what? You're Just, there's nothing. There's no reason. Not a single reason you could choose anything other than the middle one. It is objectively the best. Unless I misread something, which I'm guilty of, especially when I'm trying to push these things along, since it is a recording. Look at, we can make it 1 more month. We only need to make it 3 more months, so we're pretty close. Mothball. Could I mothball something? If so, what? These guys? They're only 212. Won't make. I mean, when you're down to this budget being this close to being balanced, that would actually make a difference. Maybe I should run these guys over to Northeast Asia. Having them is nice, but they are such a liability. And in Northeast Asia, they would actually be pretty powerful. Well, can't do the refit yet. Yeah, let's mothball them. Which will help a little bit. Buy us a little more time. Cool. Man, I gotta say, it's fun to be back playing this game. I think I will enjoy a break from it, but having the battle auto-resolve, which is gonna make such a big difference. We fired on a ship from Japan, huh? They are also the U.S.? No, they're nobody. Oh, well, sure, yeah. Tension. Not that bad, though. Japan's tensions with us are pretty low. Yeah, we can... Wow, just squeaking by. 2 more months. And then we also find out if there's any problems. Okay, those cruisers finishing their reconstruction may seem like a bad thing for our budget, but... Oh, we almost have improved airship diesel engines. Oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, I forgot to buy a new ship, or new aircraft, but I might not have the money for it. What do we got? Naval Patrol Aircraft, 1925 version. This is good. Music to my ears. It's significantly longer range. Jeez. Significantly faster. It's very good. It's very good. I like it. Bomb. Okay, the bomb load, not great. Can we afford it? Really is the better question, and the answer is no. We already have one which is better than this anyway, so we will cancel. Yeah, so these guys came back and they're on active fleet. We can save a little bit of money by mothballing. We're positive! We're in the positive! I guess I could change all that, and I very quickly will by... Just don't like seeing those O's. It's obsolete stuff. I like all the concepts in this game. I'm constantly wondering, though, how would I do this better? It's always on my mind. Like, I love this game, but I just don't like the interface. And nobody really does, and I think that even Frederick, the game developer, would love to have done it better. And he's just very good at programming in this language. And, you know, once you have all this working, too, it's something that people pay for. It's worth paying for, I would even say. But every time I'm thinking, I want to redo this game. I want to do it better. I want to do it in a way where it's not so painful to play. Well, one day, you know, one day. All right, still positive monthly balance, even though we just traded away some of our mothballs for some, well, really to be painted. But painting on the salty seas is important. And we made it. Okay, I mean, it seems to be like things are flaring up between us and Japan. Let me immediately refit. Oh man, what if these guys did get the better guns? They would actually be meaningful. And they are both down to 26, but that's not too bad. Now, I guess it just doesn't make sense not to at least look at what Japan has. They probably have reasonable ships. such as 35,000 ton, 12 by 15 inch guns. I mean, these would just blow mine out of the water. In fact, I think every single one of theirs is significantly better. Even their other, wow, like 8 14-inch guns is still much better than 6 13-inch guns. I don't care if they're quality 0 or quality 1. That is just better. Yeah, well, shoot, this really does paint the picture differently, doesn't it? Oh, by the way, I take it back. This 8 by 12, we can actually take this one on. I would give my von Mercatzes better than even odds against the Tsukuba here. I'd give it about even odds if it had, especially if it had a quality 1 13-inch guns against the Icoma. Anything Congo and above, or below, I guess, in this list. Bigger than the Congo, or even the Congo itself. Yeah, I don't think we'd win. I mean, the extra tonnage is not that much, but they reduce speed. In fact, what the hell? This can't be right. Yeah, 28 knots. What? 18 knots? That's not... Oh, they copied my design. Interesting. I mean, that's a very nice looking battlecruiser. 26 knots. Yeah. The Tsukuba's only 24 knots, so we went 27 knots, and it didn't seem that expensive to get. I remember thinking, oh, I mean, I'm not a person who usually promotes faster ships. I generally think that speed is less important than the extra tonnage going towards guns. And I actually think that mostly for armor, too. I feel like tonnage itself is your hit points in some sense. So you might as well... I mean, that's not true. Armor is still very useful. But at least against secondary guns, I would never under armor my battlecruiser or my battleships to the point where they couldn't withstand secondary hits. But sometimes I feel like it'd be better just to give them more guns and under armor them. I don't know if that's reality, but that's the way I view it. Okay, well, I don't know. We now have this nice monthly balance. We could afford the von Mercatzes being improved, but they would just get smoked out there. I think we have to design something new, but what? I never got one of these either. They're only giving me 28. Oh, I want to get to 34. 34 is the max? 34, yeah. Let's go back down to 34. Okay, just remove those, that's fine. Okay, it's only seriously overweight. I don't know what our limit is here. It's now only slightly overweight and no longer illegal. It's actually legal design at this point. It's only 31, wow. So the game made this for me, obviously. I'm going to reduce the speed a whole bunch because I don't really care if it has that much speed. 26 is even unnecessary. This is 190. It's another 200 back for going down there. But let me... Wait. Is this legal? Yeah, it cannot. Let's do 24, so we get that. Okay. This has, for whatever reason, 1 inch of belt, deck, turrets. I didn't even look at the turrets, but no, God, no. Clear all turrets. Oh my gosh. What are you thinking? We did put dual purpose guns on this, and I am happy to see that. I guess we'll just stick 2 6-inch guns on. Maybe, should we go starboard? Should we go port? This one is showing on the starboard side, so I will stick with starboard. We'll go starboard wing, starboard wing. Okay. All is okay, and we have tons of weight remaining. I love to see that. Now what can we get? Is that too much topside? No, that's exactly the too many. About 10, is that... Oh, still 10, so we can only get 8. That's okay, though. We'll just up the medium guns, I think. I mean, we can reduce the size of this thing too. In the end, it's going to be pretty... Well, I wanted to say pretty cheap, but no, it won't. It won't be all that cheap, will it? Magazine box. Does that... Okay, here's my question. Next question. Does magazine box protect the ammunition stores for the airplanes? If that's the case, this is so worth it. But if this is talking about protecting my 6-inch gun magazines, like if it's protecting the bombs and the torpedoes that need to be loaded, that is critical. I don't even think that's... I'm not sure if that makes sense. But, boy, I don't think otherwise we want this. And that does decrease the weight substantially. But it's kind of funny. I mean, you're not even allowed to choose half-inch. This doesn't... can't do that. So the fact that we can actually do this another way by just increasing it to 1 and then choosing magazine box, it's kind of a cool trick. I never thought to do that. Unit machinery, I just feel like I want to put that on everything forever from now on. So this is, if I'm not mistaken, it's belt and deck habbed in other areas. Yeah, I mean, even that amount of armor anywhere else is just insignificant anyway. So I don't think this matters. We're kind of, this is a moot point. Let's raise this up to 2. I don't think those will become turrets. They'll be pretty lightweight. Good. Yeah, you know what? I like this. I do like it. I think we can let this go just as it is. But I guess I'll take feedback on this. Let's save it, but not design it yet. So we'll save it as the Asonia, which I don't think is going to be its actual name. I'll pitch this over to the comment section, see if they have any comments on it. Definitely have the monthly balance to build something. So until the next one, thanks for watching, stay safe, and take care.